Hey everybody, this is John Scarborough. I did a little video not too long ago about some step-in posts that I like. Several of them was a couple different ideas that I had, some of them that I've made just kind of to get me by, and those do work good and I do like them. I still think it's a valuable option and I still use them in places. However, if you're doing a lot of it, these step-in posts that you can buy are pretty handy to have. And there's some that's good and there's some that's definitely not so good. In fact, there's quite a few that's not. I had a lot of people recommend the O'Brien step-in post, and I really like them. But recently I come by this post right here. It's actually in a farm store near me. I didn't have to order it. I do have to order the O'Briens. This is a Gallagher, and I've seen the Gallagher before. Personally, if I had to choose between them, for the most part, I would choose the O'Brien, simply because the spike is a little bit thinner. So for the most part, it goes into ground easier. And it's got a bigger foot. And I really like that because you can come over here and you just easily get a good foothold on that, okay? So I do really like that. But some of the features that I saw on this new O'Brien post they just come out with, I've never seen this hook on here. So I had to go through their box, and about 1 out of every 5 had that hook on there. So I just went through and got me about 10 of these to test them out with that hook, okay? So far I am liking the post. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's slightly thicker and beefier than this O'Brien, so it's got a little bit more stability to it. I'm sure in terms of weight, I can't really tell a difference, but I think this one probably is a little bit heavier, and if you had a big arm load of them, like if you were carrying a bunch of them out of a field, I'm sure this one would add up a little bit, but it's not that much heavier, okay? The step, I don't really like the fact that it's not quite as big. I wish it come out a little bit farther, but other than that, there's nothing bad I can say about it at all. It steps in great. I don't have any trouble with it. It doesn't break off like some of the other brands I've seen. I mean, there's nothing really bad I can say about it besides the fact that it doesn't stick out quite as much, okay? Now this right here is a little bit thicker. You'll notice that right there. For most of my posts, I don't like that, but for this particular post in the application that I'm going to show you what I've been using this post for, I actually do like that. I've got about 12 of these now, and I've been using them for my corner post, okay? So for that, I kind of like the little bit extra stability there. It's a little bit more strength. And another thing I like is they come sharpened. On these O'Briens, I have to sharpen them, okay? These come pre-sharpened, and there are a few places that these are really nice where these O'Briens aren't. And in this part of the country, we got a lot of rock, iron ore rock, and a lot of clay and hard ground. So sometimes when you come in with that O'Brien to step in, and you really got to bound down on it to get it down in there, you know, you can actually bend that, and you can tell it's a little bit bent, okay? For the most part, I don't have that trouble in most of our soil, but some of our places we do. So by keeping a few of these on my four-wheeler, I find that it has a little bit more rigidity to it. If I got to, I can kind of hit it with a hammer, but for the most part, I can get down on it a little bit harder, and it doesn't bend. Plus, the post is a little bit thicker, so when in that hard ground, the flexibility to this one kind of gets you. It's for the most part, I like the flexibility, but when you're trying to get it down in the ground, it's not such a good thing. So every now and then, when you got that bad ground, the thickness of the post does seem to help out, okay? But for the most part, what I use this post in is when I come to the end of a fence, I'll step in my O'Brien post over here. I'll take this Gallagher post, and I'm not advertising any brands. These are just what I have and what I happen to like. If I used other brands, I'm sure I would like those too. These are just some of the things that I know for a fact I do like, okay? So I'll take this and get it at kind of a good steep angle, okay? And I'll just kind of push that in, kind of figure out where it needs to go. And then I find that hook's excellent in there. And that creates a nice strong corner. So usually I end up using this hook right here. So if I hook that in right there, that is just a lot stronger situation, whereas if I just hook it straight in right there to pull all the way over. So I find that that works very easy. These are easy to have around, and actually they work quite well if you grab another one of these Gallaghers. I actually tried out a few of these orange ones. They have the orange ones, and I'm thinking about the rest of them buying an orange. Since I only use them as corner posts, it'll be easy to see and easy to know what I've got. But I think the idea is here, and I don't know this for sure, I think if I can get up close here, the hook is supposed to go down in there for, you know, if you're using your Gallagher. I don't know that for sure. I'm sure if you got on a Gallagher website, then that would you'd be able to figure that out. But you can stuff that one down in there, bend that back a little bit. You know, I don't know if that's kind of the idea behind it, but what I like is just this method right here. It's just coming in and hooking it just like that. To me, that works the best. It's the perfect width. It still works really good with this O'Brien, and it works really good with any other posts I've got. Any of the homemade step-in posts I've used, it works really good. It's a good hook. You just hook it under just about anything. So yeah, I really like this. As far as cost goes, both of these are the exact same price, the O'Brien and the Gallagher. For me personally, the Gallagher, I actually can get them in a store right here with me, so I don't have to pay the price of shipping. So unless you got free shipping, for me, this was a little bit cheaper. But I do like the O'Brien, the fact that they've got these back clips. The only one you've got on this is these front clips. So anyway, I'm going to keep kind of testing these, see how I like them. Like I said, I'm not really giving any reviews as far as like telling you that you should use this over another one. I'm just saying from my own personal experience, I really like both of these posts, and I think this one makes an excellent corner post, just to keep about 10 to 12 of these for every 50 of anything else. But they would also work great if you wanted to use all Gallagher posts as well. So anyway, thanks everybody. Don't forget to subscribe.